Yes, thank you. We may proceed.
Thank you, Worship. May I refer the court to one case that I managed to find on the issue of applicant number 3. Matter coming from this division, but it was also held in the Supreme Court of Appeal. Ravinji Soni, R-A-J-I-V-W-E. Soni is in S-O-N-I versus the state. Case number 465 of 2019, in brackets 2021, ZASCA 57. On paragraph 35 of that judgment, it reads as follows. In our view, the agreement which Dlamini had knowledge does not exclude a wider agreement of which he was ignorant. In Tibz, the Constitutional Court explained that the doctrine of common purpose permits for the attribution of the criminal liability to those persons who jointly undertake the commission of the crime. The conduct of every person who acts pursuant to the common purpose is attributed to all who form part of the common purpose. A common purpose may come about by way of a prior agreement, express or implied, or by way of active association. The ordinary requirements between the conduct of the accused and the death of the deceased is dispensed with, provided that the accused actively associated with the conduct of the perpetrators. Now, logic dictates, Your Worship, submit. This minus applicant number 3 in the whole scenario. Just take him out, his role, everything. What are we left with? No firearm, no stolen vehicles, nothing. But in the pieces of the puzzle of this agreement, he is needed to supply the following. And it needs to be stressed, Your Worship, perhaps I might have forgotten it earlier on. To indicate what we said earlier on, that there's a pattern wherein he seems to be the supplier of firearms and vehicles. Your Worship would recall that there's a matter that is charged under Mayville Case 226 of 5 of 2022. This is where we said the cartridge cases that were left in that taxi violence shooting where people died meshed with the second firearm in this matter. So the 2 firearms that were used in this matter were collected from applicant number 3, one of which was already used in the matter he's linked in 2022 already. So if the court follows what my submission is, that he keeps them as and when they are needed, they come and fetch it. The Mercedes-Benz was robbed in January of 2023, used in this shooting, came from him. Using the 53, which is in March 2023, a month after this one, where is also linked. Now, one can see the thread to say, as and when the North guys from Mpangeni and others want to do a hit, he supplies. This is the information. active association as the common purpose, isn't it? But that's the prima facie evidence that we're placing before you. Submissions were made to finalize this aspect about number 2, propensity to commit an offense, about states saying they're going to join the matters and all of that. Our submission is that it doesn't take away the fact that there are these pending matters where violent crime is involved. They are, even if they are joined. But for purposes of a bail application, they exist to show that there is this propensity. So the joinder thereof makes no difference, that they are tried together. That is for purpose of trial, not the bail application. Quickly moving to accused number 4 in submissions made yesterday. Starting by the duty to adduce evidence, Your Worship. Your Worship raised a concern with my learned friend that there's a bank statement attached to his affidavit, founding affidavit, admitted as Exhibit F. The period of that bank statement ranges from April of 2022 up to May, if I'm not mistaken, of 2023. Of importance, Your Worship, is the fact that yes, Your Worship, it's May of 2023. Yes. The period of December 2022 to March 2023 is not there in his founding affidavit. At that stage, when he submitted Exhibit F, it was not common cause. It was still the applicant filing his application. That it was highlighted to that is KP1, and the applicant was again afforded an opportunity. Shift, you have a duty to adduce that evidence. You choose not to. Once again, this aspect was raised by the state again. Do not forget that you have the duty to adduce evidence. Where is dispute? Again, the applicant chose not to. Shifting it to somebody else is not going to help. Now, one has to ask himself one question. Why? You have taken a conscious decision to make the court aware of the existence of decide. Much has been said about the arrest or not of the person who deposited the money. Let me perhaps ask in this fashion. In a chain of participants, we show that each participant has played a specific role in the commission of the offense or in the execution of the plan. And that evidence shows the criminal liability of that participant. Once more, we said, if those that are in Swaziland are not extradited back to South Africa at the time when the matter is to be set on the road for trial, it doesn't mean we cannot proceed with it. Because there is evidence against those that are arrested. It will supplement rather than weaken the state's case if others are arrested. Now, but if you allege that X paid the money for this specific purpose, why not arresting X? Don't wait. Deal with what we have now before you. Don't shoot blanks on the spectators for now. Deal with what you have in front of you.
But submissions are made. Submissions are made that you claim this was a hit and the money paid was for the hit. This is defeated by the fact that you have now found out the source of the payment or of the money and you're not doing anything about it.
That is not what you said. That's the issue. That's not what we said. We said we are following this and investigating this matter. On this aspect, what we have established is the following. As it is even indicated by the applicants themselves in this court, in their founding affidavits, they are saying, this is the kind of work that we are doing. None of them said we work for applicant number 4 in their founding affidavit. It's number 4 who says, I hire some of my co-accused for something. Doesn't even mention their names. Now, the state comes with this evidence to say, even though applicant number 1 says, rather applicant number 4 says, I've been paid for services rendered, we are saying there is no such evidence. We said that. We investigated and there is no such evidence at our disposal. You have a duty to adduce evidence. All you are saying is a blank statement to say services rendered. No invoice attached, no contract attached, nothing. Nothing. There's a bold statement from outside that says, no, we are a legitimate company, we paid him for business purposes. Nothing else. The state is saying we've got nothing. There is nothing showing that we're entitled to those funds. Nothing. Is there any evidence before this court? Brought by applicant number 4 to show that that money was paid for this specific service. Nothing. The co-applicants get money from him of an equal amount. Money which we're saying the previous day we're linking you to the commission of this offense. And you happen to be in his area where he stays when these monies are paid. Equally so. And everybody who has been paid is a participant in this offense. Where are the services rendered by applicant number 1, applicant number 2, applicant number 5, to choose number 4? If you look at KP1, I might have it the other time missing. One is given dividend. One is other given wedding things, taxi loan, car repairs, dividends, buying cows. If it's a legitimate business, there Mr. Grabin says on the last money he pays to the school fees. And indeed, it was paid to St. Benedict's, where his child is attending school fees. Now, where is the evidence to show that they have got shares in Grab's mining to be entitled to a dividend? At one time, we were told, they're waiting for me. At one time, we see taxi loan. We don't know what is that. Now, and the manner in which this money is distributed, and bearing in mind, Your Worship, that it is paid to people who are linked to this offense the previous day. Now, picture the following, Your Worship. I am charged to coordinate the hit. That is my role. What I will do, I will source the people that are supposed to carry the offense. And I am the one coordinating, and I'm supposed to pay them for the job done. And in the process, I'm saying, do you need cars? I say, yes. Here's the polo. Use it. It's rented in mining. Here's the Grand I-10. Use it. It's rented in mining. But the car where the shooters must come from must not be linked to us. Get another car. Number 3 brings the Mercedes-Benz. I need not have any interest in the reasons why the person must be killed. If I'm paid, it's okay. I'm the coordinator. Now, if the evidence shows that this is what you did, is the absence of the person who asked me to coordinate weakens my case, I beg to differ. Prima facie before you is the fact that this is what he did. And we are saying to you, not only did he coordinate, he was present. One would say, Stage is talking about cellular phone triangulation and all of that. You decide to take and use the modern technology that allows you to have a bank card in your phone, which we normally call it a visual card. That visual card is linked to your cellular phone now. My kids, my uncle, my father might have visual cards to the bank account that I'm holding. But those visual cards are linked to their cell phone numbers. Now, here is someone who's tapping at the parking lot and pays with the visual card that is linked to his cell phone. And he's not disputing that I was at the airport. He's not. Right at the beginning, when the deceased leaves the airport to go to the hotel. Close to midnight after the shooting, the guns are being brought back to where they are supposed to be kept. Here's the Polo at the garage. It's not his Polo, it's hired. The tracker of the Polo says that. Boom, taps again with the same visual. Starting point and ending point in the vicinity of. It's supported. In the vicinity of Umlazi, it's supported to pay it at Umlazi garage. And en route there, you pass certain areas, like Dale Bridge, or you pass there going to that direction. Your cell phone is going, it says you moved from Wish and then you went there and then you tapped.
But is there footage of him coming from the airport en route to Hilton Hotel?
Your Worship, we have argued that in our heads to say, Your Worship would recall that the investigation took stages. As and when it came to a point of identifying a vehicle, we have identified vehicles, a number of vehicles, to say, but which one could it be? By process of elimination, came to a BMW. By the time we went to the airport, they keep the footages for a specific period. Like if for example, there's a robbery at the garage next to the court, they will keep that footage for, say, 2 months and then it's overridden. So if you come late and ask for it, you might not find it because of the system that they are using. Some of them have a backup, some of them don't have. The question the court can ask itself is, if we had it, we would have presented it. If we had it, we would have talked about it. Because we are saying we were at the port and this is what we're looking for. So if we can't find it, if we don't have it, we cannot say we have it. But at least there's a record, the bank record that says that visual card linked to his number was used. Just a second. Can get to the airport that one uses when it gets out of the airport to join the N2 camera. There we have a view footage of the BMW. There we have it, driven by a choose number 4.
Does it show applicant number 4?
It shows one individual in the vehicle. One individual in the vehicle. Unfortunately, the angle from where it is, you cannot see the driver. But you can see the vehicle itself. And now, taking that into consideration, I'm happy that Your Lordship has raised the airport. Applicant number 1 pays 4 minutes or 3 minutes after that. Parking lot getting out. Deceased vehicle passes that toll. There are 2 cars behind him, and the 3rd car behind him is the same BMW of applicant number 4. It goes to Hilton Hotel in Umhlanga. The same BMW is there. They've got the number plate and everything. And the cell phone records showing that direction of applicant number 4. Now, no, not KP8, my apologies.
What is modeling? KP8 is modeling.
KP
is.
He explains how he got hold of the BMW, how he exchanged it for a car from wherever, and then he says on paragraph 11, I then started using the vehicle for my Explains that